welcome if you're new to my channel. Today I am sharing my top favorite makeup picks of 2020. This was certainly an odd year for makeup. I think most of us were more focused on our health, skincare, self-care, all that good stuff, but I still managed to find some new favorites. So I have a really nice mix of both high-end and drugstore makeup here, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, I'm gonna try to not be all over the place and stick with order of application. Normally, I apply all of my primers and base products first. I know that not everyone wears primer, but I'm all for them. I think they make such a big difference in how your makeup looks and lasts throughout the day. It also kind of depends on your skin type. What I look for in a primer may be different than your preferences. So I usually try to look for something that is hydrating, smooths out my skin, and extends the wear of my makeup. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I think this is probably the best primer I've discovered this entire year. A lot of you may remember this as the Tatcha Silk Canvas dupe. I've never tried the Tatcha Silk Canvas, and frankly, I don't need to because this stuff is the bomb and it's only $8. The consistency is very thick and creamy and buttery, but you only need a little bit. I typically go in with like a pea-size amount, and it just melts right into the skin, smooths everything out, and creates the perfect canvas for you to lay down the rest of your products. I also really enjoy using this as an eyeshadow base for days when I'm not going in with foundation and concealer and all of that. I'll usually just go in with a little bit of this on my eyelids just so that my shadows have something to cling to. It does help them last throughout the day, and it doesn't crease on my eyelids whatsoever. The second primer is by Rare Beauty. This is their Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. Illuminating doesn't even begin to describe this product. It gives your skin the most heavenly glow, just heavenly. It has a really glidey texture. Your skin drinks it up and it peeks through foundation beautifully. I haven't been using it that long. I think I purchased it back in November, but it has quickly become one of my favorite products. Next up, we have the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This was definitely one of my bougier purchases from this year. So this does exactly what it says. It creates a blurring filter effect on the skin. I would say it's very similar to the Rare Beauty primer that I just showed, but this one is maybe a smidge thicker in consistency, and it does have a little bit of a fragrance. Nothing too crazy or overpowering. It's a very subtle, pleasant fragrance. And the final base product that I've been loving this year is this one by Charlotte Tilbury, and it's the Hollywood Flawless Filter. Finally pulled the trigger on this product this year, and I'm so glad that I did because I've really been enjoying it. It has this beautiful multi-use formula where you can use it under foundation, on top of foundation. It gives your skin like a natural, healthy looking glow. I also really appreciate the glass packaging. Okay, now we're gonna get into some foundations. I have a few here. The first one is this Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation by Beige. So I started using this back in the spring. It's really lightweight. It kind of just feels like you're wearing a moisturizer. The texture is so unique for a foundation. It has this whipped moussey consistency that is oddly satisfying, but it feels lightweight and nourishing on the skin. It can be found in the clean beauty section at Sephora. I actually used this on a good friend of mine. She asked me to do her makeup for her baby shower. Since she's pregnant, she's trying to be more careful and mindful of what products she's using, so this does contain non-toxic ingredients if that's something you're concerned about. This next foundation I've technically been using since 2019, but I'm still completely obsessed with it, so I wanted to include it in today's video. It's the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I use this product in pretty much all of my makeup videos, and I'm so in love with it. The shade range is very impressive. It comes in 50 shades, which is really great. It delivers medium to full coverage and gives the skin a radiant natural finish. So really love this liquid foundation. It hasn't been dethroned yet. And the last foundation I have here is by Bareminerals. It's their original mineral foundation. I use mine in the shade medium beige. I can get away with wearing this color all year round. It's really easy to blend, has a nice buildable medium to full coverage. And I just wanted to throw it in here because sometimes I just don't feel like gooping on a bunch of liquid foundation, and this offers a more lightweight, breathable coverage. It's definitely more simple, everyday kind of makeup friendly. Next up is concealer. So I've tried several different concealers this year, but I've only had luck with one. And that is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I can't really achieve the perfect shade with just one, so I do have two here. I like to use Warm Fair and Light Sand mixed together. If you know me, then you know that Tarte Shape Tape is my forever go-to when it comes to concealer, but I would say this is very similar to Tarte Shape Tape. It has more of a high medium coverage, not quite full, and it's only $6. Like, how is that possible? Such a good concealer, especially for the price, and I love the satin finish that it dries down to. Now for setting powders, I have one pressed powder and one loose powder. The pressed powder is by Charlotte Tilbury. This is called the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I'm trying to think, I think I bought this back in late 2019, and then I put it in my drawer, completely forgot about it, and I found it this year and started using it. I like using this specifically on my under eye just because it gives a really pretty soft focus airbrush finish, and I do have a lot of texture happening like on my under eye area. You know, I have creasing, lines, and sometimes bags if I'm really tired. I do have this in medium, but I kind of wish I went with one shade lighter because I've noticed that it does tend to oxidize just a little bit throughout the day. And the loose powder, of course, is my favorite Hourglass and Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I don't see this ever being replaced by a new loose setting powder. It's just my ultimate favorite. It controls oil and sets your makeup, keeps it from sliding around without being too mattifying or dried out looking. It doesn't settle into crevices or lines, just gives the skin a really pretty flawless finish and helps your makeup to last a lot longer. This next category is one of my favorites, and that is bronzer. My favorite bronzer that I've tried all year has to be the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. I have it in Macchiato, which was sold out forever when it first launched. I was so frustrated that I couldn't get my hands on it. But this shade is ideal for light to medium skin tones, and I found that it works really well with my complexion. Really happy with it. It has an easy to use, non-greasy, buildable formula. To get the most wear out of it, I would recommend setting it with some kind of powder bronzer, just so it doesn't fade throughout the day, because I have noticed if I wear it alone with no other bronzers, it does kind of disappear a little bit. To hold on to that pigmentation, I set it with the Fenty Stalk'r Instant Warmth Bronzer. This is a really nice velvety matte bronzer. Looks really natural on the skin, and it pairs perfectly with the cream. Another bronzer that I've really been loving this year is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Matte Bronzer. This thing is humongous. It's oversized for a reason, because it's meant not only for the face but for the body as well. It's a little pricey, but I think it's worth every penny considering how big it is, and it provides a really beautiful, natural, diffused, bronzy look. All right, I have a whole pile of blushes in the middle of my table. First up is the Jouer Blush Duo in Darling. I'm so disappointed that I didn't buy this color sooner. I really enjoy mixing them together. You get a pink shade and a more bronzy toned shade, and then they both have like a fine gold glitter in them. Really natural looking. Love this little compact. Highly recommend. These are probably my favorite blushes from this year. They're the Beige Cosmetics 4-color blush palettes. Their shade variety is crazy, but I just went with these two We have Vanilla Cream Truffle, which is more rosy and mauve. And then Chocolate Orange Truffle, which is my ultimate favorite. It's a little more vibrant and peachy toned. I have so much fun with these. I love mixing them together. That's just like one of the beauties of makeup. You can have fun, do your own thing, and customize your own shades. They're also really affordable. I'm pretty sure one compact is $12, which is well worth the money because you get 4 different colors to pick from. And the last one is this adorable little Fenty cream blush in Petal Poppin'. This color is a soft baby pink. I really like applying it with my fingers or a flat top kabuki brush with tapping motions just to get the most pigmentation. I absolutely adore this cream blush and hope to add more shades to my collection. Super natural looking. I feel like this was the year of cream products. I love it. Now for highlighter, I have one high-end and one drugstore. This year, I started using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. I love these. I only have one so far. This one's in Golden Flower Crown, which is a golden champagne shade. So pretty. They're very soft and buttery, easy to blend, and they're only $4.99. They perform and look like high-end highlighters. Obsessed. All right, this is the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. I don't know why I sat on this for so long. This is 100% the most standout highlighter in my entire makeup collection. It's incredibly blinding and beaming, so you only need a little bit with a not so heavy hand. I just can't get enough of it. I wish I purchased it sooner, but I can totally see why everyone loves these Ofra highlighters so much. Moving on to eye products, we have a few eyeliners here. This is my NYX Wonder Pencil, which I've nearly used up completely. I'll probably get a couple more wears out of it and then it's gonna have to go. But I replaced it with the Tarte Fake Awake Highlighting Eyeliner. Same concept, you just put it in your waterline. It's like a really pretty, bright, nude colored eyeliner, and it just gives the appearance of more big, awake eyes. I've used this a few times and I really like it. It lasts, it doesn't disappear over time, which a lot of eyeliners in the waterline tend to do for some reason, I guess because you're blinking all day. But it stays put and the color is really nice. It's not too bright where it looks fake. The second eyeliner is the NYX Epic Ink Liner. This is only $9 and it is hands down the best liquid eyeliner that I've tried all year. The fluid formula glides right on and the brush tip applicator leaves the most precise, sharp wing. 100% recommend. Only thing is you have to be kind of careful when you put the cap back on because it's an actual brush applicator, so it has bristles, and if you put the cap on wrong, you can damage the brush, so just something to be mindful about. The last eyeliner is by Stila. This product has been around forever, but I just started using it again this year because I have a very soft spot for gel liners. I just really like using them. I like to think of this as my safety net eyeliner because, you know, I have my days and my moments where my hand isn't very steady and I struggle with liquid. So this is something you can fall back on. You definitely have more control. It's not the most pigmented black liner you've ever seen, but you can always go over it with a little bit of the NYX ink liner. I don't know, sometimes I have a little too much caffeine and my hands are like this, and doing a wing with liquid is nearly impossible. Also, a little tip with gel liners, make sure you store them upside down with the cap facing down. That way they won't dry out as quickly. I have no mascaras to talk about. I only use one, and that is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara. I just kind of feel like all mascaras are the same. They all do the same thing. You can't tell me otherwise. Lastly, we have some lip products. Just a little warning, they're all pink and nude and brown. There's no like vibrant reds or oranges. That's just not really my vibe. First up are the Lawless Classic Cream Lipsticks. I discovered these back in the spring. These are the most beautiful, comfortable, creamy lipsticks you'll ever try. I can't wait to get more shades. Right now I have Wedding Day, which is a pinky nude, and Platinum, which is a little more of a light beigey pink. This next lipstick is by Charlotte Tilbury and it's in the shade Kim KW. I'm not really sure when this came out, but it has really good reviews and everybody seems to love the color, so I grabbed one. It's a pale pinky beige, so pretty. It's not too matte. We have a lip gloss by Dose of Colors in the shade Can You Not. I like wearing this on top of any nude lipstick. It's really comfortable and leaves the lips with a really pretty high shine. And my final and favorite lip product is the Patrick Ta Monochrome Moment Silky Lip Cream in She's Unapologetic. I use this constantly. I don't even know how there's still product in here. I love it so much that I have another one on standby, still fresh in the box, ready to go. I haven't had the best luck wearing it alone, but as a topper, I don't really know how to describe it. It's not like a lipstick, but it's not a lip gloss. It's like right in between. And the shade is everything. I'm gonna put a little bit on now just so you can see. If you watch my videos regularly, then you've probably seen me apply this 100 times, but it's so good. That's it. You can see it's not too shiny, but not matte at all. It's just very creamy and makes the lips look a little more plump. It also has a nice subtle tingly effect. So that's it. In case you're wondering where the eyeshadow palettes are, I am saving those for a whole nother video. I'm going to be ranking them, which ones are the best of the best. Be sure to let me know in the comments what new makeup products you've discovered this year. I would love to hear. Thank you as always for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.